Look at a world map today, and you take boundaries for granted. You see nations with rich histories, thriving cultures, and millions of citizens. But geography is not permanent. Driven by rapid climate change, rising sea levels, and shifting tectonic realities, the global map is rewriting itself right now. By the year 2050, some of the most beautiful and culturally unique nations on Earth might completely vanish from existence, leaving behind nothing but memories and underwater ruins. Today on TrekFlow, we are exploring 5 countries that are running out of time, and running out of land. Watch until the end to see the massive European powerhouse that is fighting a losing battle against the ocean. First on our list is Tuvalu, a tiny, stunning paradise located deep in the Pacific Ocean. Tuvalu is a nation made of low-lying coral islands, and it is officially on the front line of the climate crisis. The highest point in the entire country is just about 4.5 meters above sea level, but most of the population lives on land that is less than 2 meters high. As global temperatures rise and polar ice caps melt, the Pacific Ocean is rising faster than ever. But Tuvalu isn't just disappearing from the outer edges. The rising saltwater is actually bubbling up from underneath the ground. This is destroying the country's underground fresh water supplies and making it impossible to grow crops. The situation is so critical that the Tuvaluan government recently signed a historic agreement with Australia, allowing its citizens to gradually migrate and resettle there as climate refugees. Tuvalu is literally preparing to become a nation without a physical home. Next, we look at the world-famous paradise, the Maldives. Renowned globally for its ultra-luxury resorts, white sandy beaches, and vibrant marine life, the Maldives is a dream destination for millions. But behind the luxury lies a terrifying reality. The Maldives is officially the lowest-lying nation on the entire planet. On average, the islands sit just 1.5 meters above the sea. Scientists and environmental agencies predict that if sea levels continue to rise at the current rate, up to 80% of the Maldives could become completely uninhabitable or entirely submerged by 2050. The government has spent hundreds of millions of dollars building artificial islands like Hul Humail, which are elevated higher, and constructing massive sea walls to protect the capital city, Malé. But against the raw power of the rising Indian Ocean, these measures might only buy them a little more time. Deep in the central Pacific Ocean lies Kiribati, a nation consisting of 33 coral atolls spread across a massive area of the ocean. Much like Tuvalu and the Maldives, Kiribati is facing an existential threat from the sea. King tides regularly flood the main roads, residential areas, and schoolyards, washing away homes and infrastructure. But what makes Kiribati's story unique, and heartbreaking, is how its government is preparing for the inevitable. Realizing that their land cannot be saved, the government of Kiribati actually purchased 20 square kilometers of land on a completely different island nation, Fiji. The plan? Migration with dignity. The purchased land is meant to ensure that when the islands of Kiribati are finally reclaimed by the ocean, its citizens will have a designated place to move, farm, and preserve their community. Our fourth destination takes us to the Solomon Islands, an archipelago of nearly 1,000 islands in Oceania. While other nations are worrying about what will happen by 2050, for the Solomon Islands, the disappearing act has already begun. At least 5 reef islands have completely vanished under the waves since the mid-20th century, and several others have lost more than half of their surface area. Entire villages that once thrived on the coastline have been forced to dismantle their homes and retreat further inland onto higher, rocky ground. The rising ocean currents, combined with intense tropical storms accelerated by climate change, are actively eating away at the coastlines every single day. By 2050, dozens of more islands within this beautiful archipelago are expected to be swallowed whole. Finally, we travel to Europe to look at a global economic giant, the Netherlands. Unlike the small island nations we've mentioned, the Netherlands has massive wealth and the most advanced water engineering systems in human history. But they are facing a monumental challenge. The name Netherlands literally translates to the low lands. Over 1/3 of the entire country sits completely below sea level, kept dry only by a complex, massive network of high dikes, storm surge barriers, and pumping stations. For centuries, the Dutch have successfully fought back the North Sea. However, climate models show that by 2050, the North Sea could rise to levels that might overwhelm even the most advanced engineering marvels. If a catastrophic storm hits as sea levels peak, large parts of major cities like Amsterdam and Rotterdam could find themselves underwater. The Dutch are fighting with everything they have, but the ocean is growing stronger. The loss of these countries isn't just a change on a piece of paper, it means the loss of unique cultures, ancient histories, and ancestral homes for millions of human beings. It forces us to ask a difficult question: how will the world handle millions of climate refugees when their homelands no longer exist? Which of these countries surprised you the most? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, please hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe to TrekFlow for more deep dives into our changing planet. Thank you for watching, and keep exploring.